Welcome back, everybody. In today's episode, we have decided to expand our garden. So currently we're doing a raised bed garden here. Y'all seen us plant that. We've already got stuff popping up everywhere, but we've decided we want some actual ground space for vining crops, particularly cantaloupes and watermelons, which grow really good down here in the south, and they really like to kind of vine out across open ground. So today we're going to take the Solis H24, it's 24 horsepower tractor. I happen to have a 5-foot tiller behind it. This should be excellent for breaking in. This is brand new ground right here, never been disturbed before, at least not in a very long time, so it's going to be hard to break up. My plan is to till this grass in over the next week to 2 weeks. We'll include it all in this video, kill it off, and then we're going to come out here and kind of play around this year. We're going to kind of just experiment with this area. We can always let it grow back up in grass, but if we like what we are doing here this year, we'll put more of a permanent fence in next year. So let's go ahead and start breaking ground. Included in this video, I'll see y'all back in another week or so. We may till it in again, and then we'll get ready to plant and kind of mess around. All right, so real quick, look y'all, still gotta go through the PTO shaft on this, but here is that tiller with all those tines. It's gonna be wonderful doing that on the backside of the tractor. And this is our Solis H24 that we're gonna be running it on here. Perfect little garden tractor. So we're just gonna go out far enough over here that I could do like 1 row watermelons, 1 row cantaloupes. That's more than we can eat anyways. And like I said, just experiment with this. That worked out beautiful. That combo right there is powerful. So again, hard packed, firm ground. We bought the property 11 years ago. It hasn't been broke since then. And 2 passes here, look at that. That is several inches deep and fluffy. Now, the proper thing to do, this was a last minute decision to expand our garden. What we should have done is come out here months ago, put down like a weed fabric or cardboard, killed all the grass off, and then come back and tilled it, and we would have been ready to plant. So I'm gonna have to come out here over the next week or two and just keep tilling, trying to bust the roots up, keep bringing the grass up, and disturbing the soil, disturbing the roots, just killing everything off. We're also planting little seeds and other stuff right here. So if I do this for the next, week to 2 weeks, between that and the sun that we should be getting, it'll kill off a lot. We're definitely not gonna have a weed-free garden out here this year, but we're kind of experimenting and playing around to see if this is something we want to take a little more serious and run power and water and fencing out here for next year. All right, y'all, welcome back. It's about 2 weeks later. I've tilled this in twice. We're about to till it in a third time here. Man, this little tiller's been working great. And I am shocked at how well we were able to kill off a lot of this grass. We're definitely going to kill it all off because, well, I should have been doing this weeks ago, but check this out. So, if you take a look, there's only a little bit of grass popping up. I'll come out here. I came out here about a week ago, probably. Busted this up. You can see the grass is still really loose. I'll till it under one more time, call it good. Yeah, some's gonna come up after we plant, but isn't that awesome? I thought the grass was gonna be coming back like mad. So going from this to 2 tillings has this almost completely ready. This 3rd tilling today is gonna be where we need to be. So let's get it tilled up. We're gonna plant our watermelons. I got a couple different kinds, a row of cantaloupes. We'll mix it all up. All right, so we're gonna start with a row right here of cantaloupes, and I'm gonna put them probably about every 5 to 7 feet apart because they vine out so big. And I wanna do the cantaloupes closer to the fence because they do climb up the fence Cantaloupes are lighter, that's okay. I don't want watermelons climbing, breaking off of the vine, or damaging the fence. And then we'll do us a row of watermelons all the way down over here. And if they fan out a little wider than I was expecting, we can always till up some more grass and give them some room. If you're not familiar with cantaloupe seeds, that's what they look like. And we'll probably put 2 to 3 seeds down at a time to make sure we get good germination. All right, so now that we have this nice fluffy soil, I'm just gonna use this little row of dirt as my straight line. And we'll put, let's just say 3 to 4 seeds. Put them in the ground about 1 inch. Lightly cover. I'm not looking to pack nothing super tight here. And we're gonna move on. Come down here about, again, maybe 6 feet. Repeat the process. 3 or 4 seeds, call it good. Press them in. And I can already tell I'm gonna wind up, I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm gonna wind up with so many more cantaloupes and watermelons I eat this year, but we go out on the boat a lot. So I guess I'll be the guy bringing this stuff to the river. All right, I think we all know what good watermelon seeds look like. This here is a crimson sweet watermelon, and I decided to pick up some of those big, gigantic Jubilees because, well, everybody just thinks of a Jubilee when they think of a huge watermelon. Kind of the same routine here. Few seeds in one spot. Press them down about 1 inch. Let's lightly cover them over. And go down roughly 6 to 7 feet. All right, so now we got a 3/4 row of cantaloupes and then a 1 1/4 row of 2 different types of watermelons. Now we need to protect all this. All right, so let me show y'all what I'm gonna do for the moment to protect this garden right here. I picked up this, oh crap, it got me. Hang on. Huh. Okay, yeah, so this thing works. So I picked up one of these Orbit motion sprinklers. So here's the sensor up front. They claim it spreads about 120 degrees, and as you can see, even walking up from the side, man, it got me. You can adjust the head like a normal sprinkler for distance and where you want it to kick. I got mine doing 360-degree circles right now. Right here on the side, you can adjust it to off, to only work in the daytime, only work at nighttime, or always work. On the side, you can set the duration on how long you want it to run once it picks up motion, and the range. They claim it'll pick up to 40 feet. I was out here testing it last night and I couldn't really record, testing it some yesterday, and it definitely picks you up, pretty much covering most of the garden. Something's got to slip right along the fence to be a problem. You can adjust the head up and down too, so if you're looking for rabbits, but right now, I've got a neighbor that's had a bull loose for a couple of months. It's turned into a nightmare scenario, and he comes up in the yard at nighttime, so I'm concerned about him stomping in here. So we've got this going. It's also got a button on the side that you can press and kick the water on for 30 minutes if you want to do some watering. The stand is extremely robust, which for what I paid, I kind of expect that. This all feels, plasticky, and it is what it is, but the stand's extremely heavy. I think it's going to be a nice addition to the garden. Plus, what we're going to do in the future here, I'm going to put up electric netting, electric fencing here. I'm waiting for a waterproof enclosure to show up, so we're going to cover that in another episode. Then I can for sure keep any critters, including a bull, out of here. Then this may go in the garden. Although the garden is doing extremely well now, I'm still seeing some of those dove. I don't think they're going to damage it now, but in case we get rabbits or anything in there, I can put this in the middle of the garden to pick up on those animals, kick on, and spook them out of there. My father's been using a couple of these that stake into the ground. He loves them and he swears by them. He's had no problems with deer or any other animals since he started installing these. These are really cool. Not sponsored. I picked mine up on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check it out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and run this right now. You can press that 30-minute button, walk away, and you'll see it'll kick on here in just a second. It gives you time to walk away from it. There it is. That's a pretty cool feature too. I wish I had like a 30 or 60-minute setting, but we'll just throw a little water here today. I tend to hand water all of this, so I really should set this up to only wet this part of the garden. But as of right now, it's reaching the majority of the garden, just giving them a little drink before I come back out here late this afternoon and hit them again. All right, so between that and the future electric fencing that's coming, I should be able to grow stuff out here. And I also am going to need that electric fence because of raccoons, although they may get spooked just fine based on that sprinkler. All right, I'm excited to see, I've actually never grown watermelons before, believe it or not, being in Florida, that's crazy, right? I love cantaloupes, and that's what I've always grown. But I'm excited to see if we can get some watermelons and cantaloupes growing out here. Again, we boat so much and go to so many cookouts in the summer, it'd be awesome to bring a couple of those every time that I go. Y'all, that solis tractor and tiller combo is awesome. I cannot believe I went from a packed, thick yard full of grass roots and all, to a really good looking area. Yes, I know grass is gonna come back and weeds are gonna be out there, but after 2 weeks, it looks amazing. And if I break it up again next year and the year after, we may extend the garden even more. We may eventually just fence it all in and be done with it. But that tractor and tiller combo did awesome for this. All right, y'all, coming up in a future episode out here, we're gonna try our hand at some electric netting and fencing, an electric charger. We're gonna run a little bit of power out here and do a few other things. Thank y'all so much for watching. Catch you on the next video.